Hey guys, it's Tina with This Is Dawdling again. As promised, I'm back with another video. This one is going to focus on my bullet journal and also on the books that I'm currently reading. I mentioned in my last video that I was reading like 4 books and I wanted to show you guys what I was working on. So first, let me show you my bullet journal, which of course my old one is under the table. So give me a minute. Can I reach it? It's like under the shelf on my table, so I'm gonna try and get my foot under there and see if I can reach it. No, I'm about to push it down instead of bring it to me. Come on. Ah, I got it. Okay. So, this is my old bullet journal. So all my bullet journals, they tend to be just a basic black cover. I buy them off Amazon. I've tried a couple of different brands and I don't like the Leuchtturm, the German one. I think it's way too much money. I mean, everybody else loves it. I personally do not like it. I think that the paper's too thin. The one that I did have bled through. Like I said, I'm just not a fan. So, what do I have? So this is not a bullet journal. I'm actually working on a first degree program. But so that's my first degree journal. But this is Peter Pauper Press Essentials. Their weight in their paper is excellent. I always do the dot journal. So the weight in the paper is excellent. It doesn't bleed through. See if I can get to a page where you guys can't see the writing. So it doesn't bleed through. There's a little ghosting, but it's not nearly as bad as what I was having with the like Leuchtturm. I'm that L book. I can't pronounce it. So that is Peter Pauper Press Essentials. My last book, this one I loved. It came with 3 bookmarks. What was it called? It was like Turnip or something like that. I'll put the links in the description. I don't do sponsored links. Yes, Brittany, I'm putting Amazon links. But I'll put Techicore or something like that. But I'll put the links in. This was an awesome book. It just looks thicker because I've used it so much. So what I do is, you know the little garage sale price tags? I get those, and that's how I mark my pages. So like the purple markings are from when I had meetings with my local Wicca community. The green ones are arts and crafts. The yellow ones are the beginnings of months. So that just makes it easier. And then this is the most recent month. So I only have 1 tab. I didn't want a whole bunch of tabs sticking out. I just needed the one for the most recent month. So a lot of this is filled out and personal. Half the stuff, like trackers, I don't use. So I didn't do them in my new book. What do I have in here? So like wedding stuff, bills, never use that. So this is how I do my monthly layouts. I draw them out and then I have a little column here for extra notes or extra appointments. Like if I go to the doctor and they're like, well, you have an appointment next month, instead of throwing it in my future log, I'll probably write it in my notes instead, just because it's faster, because I have it already open to that page. I need to stop with the ums, you guys. Seriously. So I've got some Lula information from when I went to, I did it again. From when I went to California. Let's see. Wish I had my other book, because I did some really cute things in my other book. Yeah, I used to do like a really cute private pages. So like these are from when I was at convention for LuLaRoe. Pasted things in the book so that I knew what was going on when. Notes from the classes I took. You know, everything went in here because it's easy and handy hang on, you know, another monthly spread. I write all my appointments down, my to-do lists, and it's evolved over time. So let's see. My full moon notes with the community. I wrote the Vlogtober prompts down that I was going to do, and I didn't come back in October, so that didn't work. Why are you blurring on me, camera? Hi, there's my face again. So it's probably because I keep looking down. But let's see. So December and November has a lot of blank pages. So December was the craziest month. Just doctor's appointments, last minute, to-do lists, preparing for our overnight Yule that we do with the community. And it was held at my house, so we had a lot more to do than normal. Yule shopping lists, to-do lists. But you'll see mine is just basic black and white. I don't do a whole lot of colors and washi tape and stuff like that. I do sometimes, but not a whole lot. These were my notes on Depth Year originally. So I watched or read Depth Year, and then I watched Kellyanne Maddox's video on her Depth Year and just took some notes. This is like a rough draft of what's in my new bullet journal. I wrote down year ahead spreads. So this is the year ahead spread from Katie Flowers. So this is the spread, and this is the description of the cards. This is calculating your year card, whether you can either draw one at random or calculate it using your birthday. So I calculated mine. These are just some other year ahead spreads that I found online. A daily spread that I found that I fell in love with that I'm going to kind of keep. This is all stuff I found at the end of December. So I do have not a whole lot of pages left at the end of the book, but a few. I love these books because they have pockets. So I have receipts from when I went to California for LuLaRoe for tax purposes in there, just so that I didn't lose them because they're so small. But yeah, so that's my old bullet journal. And then this is minimalism art. Not crazy about the book. I'm going to push through and use it up, but I get a lot of ghosting. You see that? A lot more than I expected, considering, you see through the back. Considering this is supposed to have the same weight of paper as the other book I had. So like here's my Depth Year pages, and you can see, this is what I mean by ghosting. You can see what's on the page behind it. So I've got a list of books to read in 2019. I have Moon Cycle, Energies and Workings. I'm going to take notes on this page. You know, what energies and what sorts of magic can I work through the moon cycles. I've done moon magic before with my community, but not personally. So I don't know off the top of my head, so I'm going to have a record of it. And I found this idea on, I want to say Pinterest or Instagram. And it's got the new moon, first quarter, full moon, and third quarter. Yeah. So that is the moons for 2019. So the top is the month, and then the side is the day of the month. And then I just made my moons. Yes, I said again. I've got a page for card spreads, but I don't think I'll be using this because I do have my tarot journal now. And then I've got my month. This is just simple. You know, I don't want to do too crazy. It gives me enough space to write multiple appointments if I have to. I have my month at the top. I just got my battery warning. And notes still here. You know, it's the perfect amount of space, I think. And so I did 31 days of tarot. I did start writing. I just haven't done videos on them yet. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. If you guys want to see them, let me know in the comments. And I can again, I'll jump on that wagon. It'll give me a reason to get back on YouTube, right? So yeah. So that's my kind of prompts and answers to 31 Days of Tarot, my to-do lists, and our meal plan, and that's it. I have my pen test in the back. And then I always write, because different books have different numbers, I always write you can see that, the number of squares across and then the number of squares up and down. This way, when I'm creating calendar pages or planning pages, I'll remember and I'll have that noted, be like, okay, well, if I need, I could do, 3 of 13 or something like that. Yeah, 3 of 13 is my full page because it's 39 squares. But yeah, that is my minimalism art. That is my newest Bujo, my bullet journal. Single, I'll show you the book again. So it's got a single bookmark here. It's got a pocket in the back again. Can't remember if I put anything back there or not. It's not horrible. It's not a horrible book. It's good for the price. But again, as I said, the other book was the same price. And for the weight this says it is, I'm not crazy about it. So now, what books is this crazy woman reading? How am I reading 4 books? Ready? All right. First of all, I'm working through Inner Temple. I love Christopher Penczak. I love these books. It's just some great information, energy works, exercises. I do have the CD companion, so I have the meditation information. So, and I looked at my book. It's actually a first edition. I like that. I like having first edition books. I'm crazy that way. But yeah, so I've got Inner Temple of Witchcraft. I'm working on this right now. That I'm working on. So this is not every day. I do a few chapters each week. Lunar Abundance. I joined the Boho Berry Book Club hoping to read this book with them. Bought the book, never read it. So the new moon, which is when you start doing activities in this book, was on January 5th. So I jumped into it. I was like, you know what? The new moon's today. Let me get on it before it passes by again and I miss out. So I'm doing Lunar Abundance. Again, this isn't every day. This is every few days, every moon cycle. She works through 8 moon cycles. Let me see. She has them down here. So new moon, crescent moon, first quarter, gibbous, full moon, disseminating moon, third quarter, and balsamic moon. So she works through those 8 moon cycles. So every few days I work myself through the activities in this book. So it's the first time around. I'm probably going to do this for a couple months and see how I like it, see if it changes anything with my life, with my mind. I'm interested. It's inspiration and personal growth, cultivating joy, lunar abundance, cultivating joy, peace, and purpose using the phases of the moon. So I'm really excited to continue with this. Now, I should have said this disclaimer. I'm not telling you guys to buy these books. I can't tell you if they're good or not because I have not read through them yet. So I'm working my way through this one in Inner Temple. I'm about to start Tarot 101. So this will be a daily thing because they're daily exercises. So this is going to be a daily project. And I have this book that I picked up at Second and Charles, a whole $5. And again, it sat there and collected dust, and I was like, you know what? I need to start reading these books. So it's called 21st Century Wicca, A Young Witch's Guide to Living the Magical Life by Jennifer Hunter. I don't know if it's good. I don't. It sounds interesting when I read it, when I read the blurb on the back. So I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it and that I didn't waste my money. But you know what? If I don't enjoy it, doesn't mean someone else won't, and I can turn this back into Second and Charles and get a store credit for it. So those are my 4 books right now. Ugh. And then again, 21st Century Wicca may or may not be a daily thing for me. So out of these books, you know, 3 of them are really workbooks. 3 of them are activity books that I'm working with at the moment. So, but yeah. And then of course I've got, you know, reference books. So these really don't count. That's just reference work for when I'm doing the Tarot 101. But that's it from me. So yeah. What are you guys reading in the new year? What are your goals? And I know in the previous video I asked you guys what your depth year, or if you were doing a depth year at all. But what are you reading? Have you picked up any books off your bookshelf that were collecting dust? You know, what are you interested in right now? What are you doing in your downtime? Do you have downtime? Or are you worried about, you know, losing weight and stuff like that in the new year, which a lot of people do, which I am there too. But that's it for me. You guys have a fantastic and blessed rest of your day. Bye.